All right. Welcome back for another episode of the Daily Grind. Empress Dannie here, pouring you up a nice hot cup of joe to get your day off to a bright and beautiful start. Thank you guys for being here, for liking, sharing, subscribing, following, all that good stuff. Let's get today's messages. So, in this process of revisiting the past, okay, something that was karmic in the past coming back up. But in order to restore, to replenish you this time, what usually happens? It usually ends up that you take certain steps and it's almost giving like muscle memory. So as you remember having gone whatever that road or route is previously, when you get ready to take what could be the same steps that you took last time, this time around, when you realize you're about to kind of like put your foot in the trap almost, you're like, because last time I did this, I remember this happened. Sometimes this can be where you maybe are tempted to wait, and last time you waited, you didn't maybe get some of the things that you need. This could be last time you were impatient and refused to wait, and it got you in a position where maybe things went awry. This feels like whatever it is that you were missing previously, you're going to, I feel like you're not going to overlook it. Something could be significant today about that, about not overlooking something. Money card is coming to the top of the deck in my shuffle. So this is kind of like something, whatever's valuable in the circumstance, you're serving that. Whatever's most important, that means if you have a need and your need is most important, you're serving that need, okay? And sometimes for some of you, this means before you're giving to another's need, okay? This is you healing, looking at your situation or circumstance and saying, hey, I've got to heal myself. So not relying on anyone else to do that work for you, but making decisions that are healing to you. Also, not being so quick to maybe rush to the rescue of healing others, but being quick to assess or discern whether or not you even have the energy within you to be able to give to another. And if not, this is you, showing love to yourself, sweetheart. Showing love to yourself, okay? We have the love card and the money card here. You're showing love to yourself. This is what's most important, is that I have the self-love it is that I need, the self-love it is that I deserve, okay? Shall we? Let's pull. Sharing in libation, some of you could be doing today. Let's pull. But obviously, this kind of like, that could be the issue, right? Some of you, it could be pulling weight, right? Let's pull that weight, right? Jala, jala, pull, pull. Let's see if anything. This deck has not really had a whole lot to say lately. It's just been looking at the breaks in the deck. All right. We'll switch to another deck. I got the sweetheart card where I stopped. So some of you, I do kind of feel like you might just be like a kind-hearted energy. It feels like easygoing, easy to get along with. For some of you, that's easy to get one over on. And I don't feel like you're in a position where that's going to happen. But I feel like that's something that you're having to manage. This can kind of be like, my time ain't free. My energy ain't free. I can't just give it all away, right? All of my good love, right? All of the sweet benefits that come along with what could be like having me as a friend, having me in your life, okay? Oh, you said early pregnancy. I see. We'll see if anything comes about it. This is a general, though. You're about to receive something. Yeah, expectation. I feel like you can feel it. This is like you energetically, you realize it's something coming in. I don't feel like you really see it, but I feel like you know it. Sometimes with that child card kind of popping out the side like it was, that can mean you've been feeling dependent in some area of life. But whatever area of life that you've been feeling dependent is likely where you've been putting energy or effort in. Um, for example, if I have a health disparity or challenge, I'm going to give some attention to repairing my health because I want to feel better, right? If I got the flu, right, then I'm going to maybe take some downtime. It could be time off work, whatever, because I feel some type of way about having the flu. It's taking my energy. It's valuable to me to have my health. So I'm going to be sensitive to that need because I feel like a dependent. I'm going to be in a position where I'm going to need something or someone to be able to care for me. And in order to prevent myself from having to perhaps be reliant on another, I'm going to go ahead and give myself that attention or care. So, and this can be any area of life, right? It can be a job, right? I need a job, right? Maybe it's, I hear Doug funny, right? What was Doug's funny song? I need more allowance, yo, hoo. Why? Because I do. So maybe you need more allowance, right? Maybe you are the kid, right? And you're like, I am dependent, right? Trying to work my way out of that. Hey, there's a blessing in that phase of life. But think about it, right? As a dependent, right? If you have a good father, right? And we know that we do because we see the privileged lady here. So some of you know that you're held. You've literally developed yourself to a position where your heart is so pure, your ability to manifest the communications that you sent out, you are not only dependent, but you're a privileged child. I'm grateful that you're my child. I'm going to take care of everything that you need. So some of you, that's something that you have to heal, is allowing yourself that pause to almost like rest in the wings. It's like, this could be like to fall back. So you could be falling back in some area of life where it's like, just relax. I got you, right? You don't know. You don't need to know, but it's like this energy of trust that daddy got you, okay? And no matter what that looks like, right? This is not necessarily looking to another person to be daddy, right? This is looking at yourself as being privileged to be able to have all your needs met. And knowing that in your heart with great clarity. No, I show up every day. This is that type of energy. I show up every day. I do what I'm supposed to. I'm literally getting into what could be like my self-work. I'm focusing on improving in whatever area this is. I'm putting in that work. And because of that, I'm expecting to receive on the other side. So like I said, for some of you, you're definitely, there's something that's coming in. So in case you wondered, I feel like you are in this receptive mode, okay? This is a very feminine energy. If you're masculine, you may find that it's a little bit uncomfortable because you were used to asserting yourself in order to cause things to be. And you could certainly be in a position where you're not being asked to assert. You're being asked to actually yield or to allow, okay? And that looks different. That doesn't mean that you're not doing anything. Sometimes that means allow. What you think about a dependent, right? A kid, right? Allow yourself to play, right? Allow yourself to, what could be like, do your chores, right? This could just be like clean up in certain areas of life. Do those things that are like general housekeeping. Spirit is saying you've already done all you can in any other circumstance. You've already asserted yourself. Now all that's for you to do is to maintain yourself. And on the other side of you maintaining yourself, I got you, okay? I got you. You're held. And I definitely feel this energy of spirit coming through strong today. I feel like you're going to see things kind of show up, Johnny, on the spot. This could even be people. I get the energy of like, I don't know why I'm kind of getting like, yeah, I hear T.I. I'm fast as lightning, bro. You better use your Nikes, bro. This is kind of like, and this could be even like, I feel like be mindful, right? Because you can have karmic situations arise in an instant as well, but this is kind of like whatever the solution is to that similarly comes in like Johnny on the spot. Like I just heard A1 from day one, but that's the extent to which, yeah, I see the privileged lady again. That's the extent to which I feel like you are held in whatever it is that you're being led perhaps to do, or in whatever it is that's coming your direction that you've been expecting or working towards. So I feel like you don't have any. What did I say? I told y'all this is just confirmation. Y'all seen it jump right up, running up out of the deck, right? Unexpected income. So it feels like this could be people, partnerships. Again, it's like money falling out of the sky, right? Business solicitations out of nowhere. This kind of gives, like, for those of you, if you haven't been on the YouTube, I posted a fast money chant that's available on Patreon. Join the Patreon, I'm telling you. That fast money chant is everything. And this is like the energy of like fast money coming in. And it doesn't have to be money. It could be whatever's valuable to you. But unexpected income is literally what I feel like you're getting. This could be a call, a text. This could be a message or a response to something that you inquired about a long time ago. This could be just the information you needed. I just heard, and it's right on time. Sometimes this is an energetic upgrade that comes in at the perfect time. I don't know why I hear Luda now, too fast, too furious. But that's how I feel like this is coming in. It feels like things are coming in for you very quickly and unexpectedly. Things are changing. This is like, right in the clutch. That was just what I needed. You maybe are just who I needed. That was just the information I needed. I just heard, and it's right on time. Okay, look at that. I'm telling you, look who it is. Ho, ho, ho. If Daddy's showing up, right? Here he go, right? Santa Claus, generous is what it is, okay? Some of you be mindful because you're showing up for other people as well. Here you come looking like Santa, and here they are like, dang, you just keep giving me exactly what it is that I need every single time. You so generous. Some of you, this is with your time, with your energy, with your effort, right? This can be like, I don't be expecting you to come through, right? I don't be expecting you to maybe give me, this can be like any attention. I literally just heard the time of day. So for some of you, that could be how someone's feeling towards you, right? But think about when you say like, you know what? Especially when you see it as a privilege, right? When you view others as a gift, their presence in your life, then a lot of times, unexpectedly, you'll show up for them, you'll give to them, or you'll do something for them. And they'll be like, man, you just keep giving me what I need every single time. I feel like what you're doing, though, I see the flexible card here. This is like a healthy, like this is like more generosity, more flexibility. This could be leniency. Then there's somebody's extremely generous when it comes to whatever it is that they're giving, and it feels like this is unexpected for you. It's almost like the last minute, kind of like when you're in a crunch, if you will. What am I going to do? And then just having things come through. What, like I said, could be at the last minute. So something makes me feel like anticipate. I just heard last minute blessings, okay? And this is you too. Like in case you wondered what feels like running in at the last minute. It's good. I hear the final countdown. So some of you could certainly be, it's giving ESPN, right? I do this for sport. You know, if you've been in some situations, right, in life, you'll realize the spiritual nature of your being is like, it's like sporting. It's like a sport, right? Remaining aligned, because sometimes situations can get intense. Sometimes the temptation, even to cave on the things that you've been manifesting can be so great if you don't see things lining up. And if you can simply hold space for that vision, so often, right in the clutch, spirit comes through with exactly what you need. Chops down every fear, dissipates every illusion, and gets things back on track. So I feel some aspect of that happening today. And look, we have the mess and the new beginning fell out, okay, which is the egg. So like I said, this feels like, and I don't say it has to be your mess, okay? Sometimes this is somebody else's mess, okay? I can't lie. This could certainly be something that's taking place at the start of your day. This could be someone is a mess. You might be a mess. But with the mess here, We have something, but with the egg, we have what could be a start, the beginnings of cleaning it up, getting rid of the mess. Um, Again, it feels like some aspect of karmic knots that you're untying. This is you fixing something. It could be something that is a problem that you had. It could be a problem that you permitted, something that you permitted from someone else. This could be someone that you gave to generously. Well, you might be in a position where unexpectedly you're hearing from them. Maybe they got their hand out, right? That could be the case. You could be in a position where you're not giving. Keep in mind, this can also indicate, I just heard the word tacaño, okay? Tacaño is Spanish for stingy, okay? So when somebody is tacaño or tacaña, they are stingy, okay? They close-fisted, they don't give when it's time to give. And this can be like even when spirit is leading, somebody's stingy, they close their fist. Today could certainly be a day of untying karmic knots. So this could be you were in a position to give previously, you closed your hand. Today's lesson could certainly be at the last minute you decide, let me drop that, right? Let me drop that on you, okay? This can be where other people are doing this pertaining to you. This can be anything, withholding information, right? Valuable resources, things that you need, right? I'm not giving them no support, right? That boom, income, that support. Here comes Santa Claus. I just heard blessing you. So I feel like anticipate that. I like this because this feels like you, because of the fact that perhaps you're willing to clean up your messes, right? This could even be like you getting up early, right? With the egg, this could be a product of your rebirth, part of your new beginning where spirit has told you, right? With the privileged lady, you clean now. I'm giving you a fresh start. Maybe you having eggs and bacon, okay? Eggs and bacon, you're having breakfast, right? Maybe it's a sloppy break. Maybe you like your eggs runny, okay? Right? Ain't nothing wrong with a little runny egg, okay? A little over medium, right? Some of you, there could be something of that nature, okay? But I just feel like whatever this is, this is feels like I don't know why, there could be something about head start, okay? You could be getting a head start on something, this could be unexpected for someone else, but it could certainly be getting you some form of generosity. I like this. I don't know why I kind of feel like you're on to something, okay? You're on to something today. So I feel like I like your spidey senses. I just heard your bird-like reflexes. You think about it though, bird-like reflex. Who catches birds, right? But like other birds, right? Birds they too quick, right? They too sensitive. They feel everything. So you could be catching a bird. You could be getting the message. Someone else could be catching a bird and getting the message, okay? Speaking of birds, I didn't even see this. Y'all, look. Oh, I be feeling like coming out for my next trick, like with the hummingbird at the bottom of the deck, right? What a glorious little creature, right? Hummingbirds could be my friend Mari bird. The birds always. She just attracts. I call my friend Mari Poppins. She just attracts the hummingbirds. They gather around her. They sing. If she doesn't come outside, they come tapping along to see where she is, because she actually brightens up their day. They need her vibration to be able to hit that high note. So this could certainly be someone coming through for you in some way. Maybe or you coming through for someone. They could need your vibration in order to hit that high note. You could need someone else's vibration. I ain't gonna lie. Some of y'all, this could certainly be a mess, but I just kind of feel like whatever is karmic about it, you're taking that and you're using it. It feels like you're raising the vibration of something that could be karmic, because that's why we got the crocodile. So I don't know why I feel like maybe you have your lurkers, right? Maybe you got people that's lurking. Maybe you the one that's lurking with the crocodile. Maybe you've been lurking and I just heard the vibe is right. The mood, right? Maybe the mood is right with the hummingbird there at the bottom of the deck, and you've been lurking, and unexpectedly you could be making some sort of an entrance. You could be now giving, right? I think we're gonna get some energy to this. I've been lurking, I've been pulled back, and now here I am dropping in is what this is. This could also be somebody else who's been lurking on you, and they could be dropping in, right? That could be anything. Like I said, if you've applied for a job, or if you have a client, or if there's somebody maybe that you've been interested in dating, well, they probably doing their research, right? Trying to, is it, tell me it's real, the feelings that we feel, right? They want to know that it's real, right? And so if that's the case, they could be lurking, do a little creeping, trying to figure out or find out maybe it is. This can be someone exploring your talents. This could be looking at your what you got going on in life, and someone could be getting back with you. They could also be finding something about your energy that's telling them everything that they need to know, giving them exactly, and it could be clearing up some sort of mess or karma, saying, no, they're telling the truth. No, they're right. No, they really do mean it. And it feels as though if there is a lurker, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like they might be move around today, okay? Move around, lurker. So maybe your lurkers could be moving around because you so high vibe. I also feel like if these could be indicate matters that have been lurking, things that were trying to creep up on you, and you could certainly be getting an uptick of energy that is raising the vibration or elevating the vibration. This is a tree of life. I love this card. Yeah, ancestors are with you, okay? Real ancestral anointing on you today. But the tree of life is actually a grid within the body. If anybody studied Kabbalah, you'll find this unfolds more there. But in this particular grid that's within us, there are different principles linked to each sphere that you see here. The tree of life was another gift, if you will, from our dear friend Metatron, Archangel Metatron, which I've talked about before, having programmed the solar system, the grid of the earth, the way that the earth revolves. And with this grid that we have, which is very similar to a lot of other grids, we have the flower of life, lots of geometric patterns that actually are the blueprint. So that goes back to what I said about that in the beginning, but these geometric patterns are the blueprint for our lives. And each of these corresponds with a different attribute. One of them is wisdom. One of them is beauty. One of them is, I'm trying to think, I'm trying to make the translation because they are, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say the words are like Greek, Arabic, something of that nature. So, but I know I've been through this. There's the aspect of the crown, but each of them have a different meaning depending on where you are on the tree of life. The beginning with earth, which is here, and then the crown, kingdom, which is up at the top. But essentially, to have the fully aligned blueprint, you're going to go through the entire grid and have what are perhaps lessons that are learned at each point in that grid. And then there is, depending on which perhaps faith or course of study it is that you subscribe to, when you reach the Shekinah Sophia is there's something significant that came up in meditation this morning about the rose, okay? Now, rose, I was getting rose like, working out rose, like gym rose, like, arms, getting them bis and tris nice and strong, something. And obviously you have this type of row. You also have the one where you're pulling like this, which is more of like a full body, getting that back action in there as well. So something could be significant about rowing, but what I'm talking about is the rose, like the actual flower. So a rose, right? There could be something significant about a rose. Thank you for the gifts, my love. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the follows as well. It means a lot to me. All of your support of my page and my channel and the likes on the video, that means a lot. Thank you so much. But in this, when you reach the Shekinah aspect, it is essentially the unfolding rose. This is the Mary aspect of the ascension process. I'll just say that, and forgive me because I realize I'm getting deep into things that really have to be taught. And I've taught them in other lessons, but not intending to go into them today too deeply. But when you get to that point, Mary represents obviously the divine feminine, the rose. You think about a rose, there is no pressure to bud. You don't assert yourself in order for the rose to bud. The rose simply buds naturally and opens up on its own. It's almost a secret, if you will, to its unfolding, but it lies in the blueprint. So if you have been given the blueprint, whether by your ancestors, because it says appreciation and healing. So again, something about whatever maybe karmic circumstance comes up today could certainly be you healing some aspect of a generational curse. Because thank you for the gifts, boo. I appreciate you. Hello, beautiful. Welcome in, Nicole. Been a long time, but always good to see you. Thank you, King. Appreciate you. Got that clack for me. What did that say? Excuse me. I've not been reading the comments. Hey, is it Jarishay? Jarishay, is that I think I said it right. Help me if not. I don't like mispronouncing people's names, right? Feel like you're valuable enough. Everybody should like take the time to make sure that they're saying it right. I know how people be doing, right? Anyway, I feel like you could certainly be breaking a generational curse with something that you're doing today, which would indicate there's a way in which you're going to be blessed that nobody else in your bloodline has been blessed if they haven't broken whatever this curse is. So some of y'all, these are new blessings. That's why you clearing up some sort of mess. This could even be on your family name. I love it. Isn't that lovely? You make it feel like you're making a new name for yourself. And with the tree of life, you could certainly be getting past, I don't know why that I feel like you're passing a point maybe that you've not gotten past before. But this is like, it's giving like you have the directions now. So maybe something significant about you. You could be traveling, but this is like you have the directions. You know how to get to where it is that you want to go. I see food card here, okay? Food. And then what we have? Oodity, okay? So this could certainly be, I don't know why, it's kind of, you could be clean eating. You could be cleaning up your eating, right? That could be what's a mess. Could have to do with breakfast, something of that nature. It could just be something that, again, it's like whatever this is, if I'm consuming something, what I'm consuming, maybe what I'm feeding to others, let me clean this up, right? Let me make whatever this is, let me get a start on whatever this is before I give it to them, okay? That could be, that could indicate like you could be filtering something before somebody else gets it. Whatever it is that you're doing, it feels like this generous energy is coming in that's blessing you, okay? Oh, that feel channel, blessing you to be able to give. They're either blessing you by giving you an abundance of something or blessing you with the energy to be able to give an abundance of something. And this can be like empowering you to be able to make some sort of moves. Something is like that. I don't know why I'm getting the energy of something is acting as fuel for you today. And this is what feels like something coming in that's gassing you right on up to do something. I feel like that's to clear up something that you either need cleared up, that's good for you, it's beneficial for you to have whatever this is, because it feel like it's going to give you a fresh start and allow you to move on or move forward in some area of life where there was something looming or lurking. And this is what feels like helping you. Is, I don't know why I'm kind of getting something around being limber. So something could come in and just be giving you more flexibility in your options. Like I said, this could be someone who's generous with their time, their energy, their effort, their money, whatever it is that they have. It feels like it's opening you up to be able to move some things forward, and clean some things up in your life. So enjoy. That's what I have for today's daily grind. Normally not here this long, but you know, you're special. So figure we give you it's an honor and a privilege, if you will, to be able to connect with you for any length of time. So thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Make sure you check the links in the description for content on other platforms. Those of you who are not on the Patreon, I'm telling you, join. We got A Course in Miracles. Next course is coming up today. New content coming in. And we also have the extended messages on the Daily Grind, where I'm going to deep dive into tarot and give our members a little bit more of a breakdown. We look at the day from start to finish. What is this early morning energy, right? What does that look like? What are we talking about? What's the afternoon looking like? Am I going to be able to leave work early, right? So we'll look at some things like that maybe and see what's going on throughout the rest of the day. I love you guys and I appreciate you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Bye for now.